I'm going to talk and go through all the little steps on how to bake cookies. I have the package of pre-made cookies since it's the easiest and less time-consuming way to make them. First off, of course, you want to buy them. I have the Nestle Toll House mini chocolate chip cookies. As long as you get those, you can follow right along. If not, then just follow the instructions on the back and I'll try and help guide your way through the process. You want to start off by taking them out of the refrigerator so they can start to thaw while you preheat the oven. You then want to look on the back of the package and see what temperature you need to preheat the cookies to. For instance, on the top right corner, mine says preheat them to 350 degrees. You then want to go to your stove and start preheating. Every stove is different, so I can't really tell you what buttons to push or what knobs to turn to get you there. As long as you preheat your oven, you'll be ready to go. Once you have, you're going to want to wait about 10 minutes or until your oven beeps to put your cookies in. While the time is going, you need to get out a cookie sheet and spray it down with non-stick spray. You can also get a stick of butter and then just rub it all over the pan. Once you have that done, you can start putting the cookies on the sheet. You need to start by pulling the cookies apart since they're all stuck together. Once you have the cookies apart, you can start sitting them on the pan. You want to put the cookies in lines about 2 inches apart from each other. Depending on what size your cookies are, will depend on how far apart you need to place them. So for instance, if you have really big cookies, you're going to want to put them farther apart so that they have more time or more room to spread. By the time you have these placed on the cookie sheet, the oven should be almost preheated to the temperature you need. You can then open the door of the stove and place the cookie sheet in the oven. You then need to look at the back of your package and see how long you need to leave the cookies in the oven. My package says to leave them in there for about 9 to 10 minutes. Or until they're golden brown. This will differ on what type of cookies you have. You then need to place the timer on however long the package says. So then you will be alarmed whenever they are done. If you like your cookies more soft and fluffy, then you're going to want to pick the smaller amount of time. If you like them more crispy and brown, then you're going to want to put them for the bigger time. So in my case, either 9 or 10 minutes. While you wait on your cookies to be done, you need to go back and forth from the kitchen to check on them and make sure they're not burning or getting darker than what you had hoped. Throughout this time, you can start getting out a spatula and a plate to put your finished cookies on. After the amount of time required to bake these cookies are over, turn off the timer, put on an oven mitt or a towel around your hand so that it doesn't burn you, and pull the cookies out of the stove. After you have them out, place the cookies on the cookie sheet on the stove and wait for about 3 to 4 minutes to let them cool down. Once they are cooled, you can grab the spatula and quickly push it under the cookies until it comes off of the pan. From there, lay the finished cookies on your plate that you set aside. Do that for each cookie, and once you're done, then you should be ready to eat.